Well, it happens virtually every day around every school bus in Fort Wayne. Kids have been hurt and even killed across the state.
Last year alone, bus drivers in Indiana reported almost 500,000 vehicles ignoring their bus stop arms. And those are just the violations reported. School leaders say the actual numbers are probably much higher. In a 15 Finds Out investigation, Adam Widener has uncovered unsettling proof of this growing risk. He joins us with his special report, Bus Stop.
Ask any bus driver his or her top concern and you'll likely hear the same answer: a vehicle hitting a child getting on or off the bus. And unless more of us start paying attention, leaders warn it's only a matter of time before more kids get hit. Every day in Allen County, more than 600 buses set off on a mission to get more than 40,000 students to school safely and back home, and avoid this. Oh my God! This close call happened in West Virginia, but sadly, Indiana has seen its share of dangerous driving. February of 2013, in a small town just south of Richmond, Indiana, a bus had stopped to pick up 8-year-old Jarrett Philbeck. The third grader was crossing the street when a driver who was apparently plugging in her phone charger hit and killed the young boy.
It's kind of like heart-stopping because, you know, this could mean a child's life.
Bobby Lucas drives a bus for Fort Wayne Community Schools. He says his route is notorious for drivers ignoring his stop arms and has seen his share of close calls.
On Anthony Street, it wasn't my bus, but I was behind a bus that was stopped letting children off. She was laying on the horn, but 10 cars went past her stop sign. So I think it's a real big problem.
So 15 Finds Out wanted to see for ourselves how bad this problem is. Following Lucas as he dropped off FWCS students and hooking up a GoPro camera on an East Allen County bus. First try in East Allen County, our GoPro caught this driver going around the back of the bus with the stop arm still out. First try on Lucas's route, we saw 2 drivers run past his stop arms soon after they came out. According to the Indiana Department of Education, this wasn't a fluke. On April 29th alone, 197 FWCS buses reported 198 stop arm violations last year, by far the largest local district and by far the one with the most violations. FWCS Director of Transportation Frank Jackson is well aware of the problem.
Actually, the 198 is probably a low count. Those are the drivers that participated in the count. If we actually tallied probably all of the violations that occurred on a daily basis, we'd probably be in the 400 range.
So when do you have to stop for a school bus? Well, when the bus is getting ready to let kids out, you'll see flashing yellow lights. That'll mean for you to prepare to stop. The bus driver will then pull out the stop arm and those lights will turn red. Whether you're behind the bus or traveling the opposite direction, you have to stop, regardless of how many lanes may be on the road. But there is an exception. If you're traveling the opposite direction and there's some sort of median or barrier between you and a stopped bus, you should use caution, but are not required to stop.
We receive a lot of complaints referencing vehicles going around school bus arms.
It's an issue Fort Wayne police enforce as much as possible. Officers frequently set up near the intersection of Clinton and Rudisill, a 4-lane road notorious for stop arm violators. We joined them for a sting one morning, and sure enough, on the first try, officers pulled over 2 people who blatantly ran the stop arm. One driver apparently told officers he didn't violate the law. The other said he simply didn't see the big yellow bus with flashing red lights.
I asked him, I said, "You didn't see that big yellow school bus with the arm on?" He said, "No, I didn't see it."
They're not thinking.
It's a frustration police and Lucas share.
I say 80% of them are on cell phones, and they're not paying attention. I've actually blown my horn when people are going by and they look at me like this with their cell phone still up to their ear. They don't get it.
Toward a problem all agree must be stopped.
Actually, I think about that every day, that it's just a matter of time before someone hits a child leaving or getting on a school bus.
Now, this danger isn't just around Fort Wayne. Go to the story on Wayne.com, and we've broken down how bad the problem is in every school district in Northeast Indiana, all in an interactive map. Okay, so you've seen the problem. Now, what's the solution? I've spoken with a couple state lawmakers who have just recently introduced bills trying to tackle this very issue. Next Thursday at 6, we'll tell you how these bills could translate to more stop-arm citations and more money into our schools as 15 Finds Out continues this investigative series.
We'll look forward to hearing from you then. Thanks, Adam.